Okay, Jermain. Gentlemen, we went over the rules. Want a good, clean fight? Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Good luck to both of you. Touch them up.
And before the first bell, let's give you the results of our poll question. We asked you to predict how Carl Froch, undefeated and never knocked down, would fare in tonight's fight against Jermain Taylor, and here's how you voted.
Well, the fascinating thing is, obviously, this is a pro-Taylor crowd texting, and the most amazing thing is they think Froch is going down and losing.
Carl Froch taking the biggest gamble of his career. If he wins, he becomes part of boxing's elite. If he loses, he goes back home with nothing. Jermain Taylor, a must-win fight. If he wins, he's right back in the spotlight. But if he loses, his luster will be tarnished, and he has to go to the back of the line. Round one, scheduled for 12.
Carl Froch winked at Jermain Taylor when he walked out. He is a confident man, Carl Froch. And early on, the battle of the jab will be very interesting for these two fighters.
Taylor missing with the wild left hook. Froch feels that he's a natural super middleweight. Nice right hand by Taylor. Straight on the chin of Froch.
This fight is going to be decided by whether Froch can take those right hands early in this fight. We knew he was going to get hit with right hands, but it happened only a few seconds into the fight. He has a granite chin, does Carl Froch, but does he have a granite chin against Jermain Taylor? We're going to find out.
Froch taking his time so far at age 31. He's a 7-year pro, and he's coming off a win over Jean Pascal December of 2008. But to go back to my point, he feels that he's a natural super middleweight. Walks around at 172. He feels he's the bigger, stronger man that can take a better punch as Jermain Taylor comes up in weight.
He's already taken some big right hands from Taylor. Froch has stopped throwing his jab. Neither man's really using it right now. They started out using it very effectively. There's already some redness on the nose of Froch.
Flozell Adams, Taylor's trainer, wants him to start boxing again, just like he did when he was an amateur and won a bronze medal at the Sydney Olympics. Establish your jab, work angles, make sure that you allow your right hand time to be set up, as opposed to going for knockouts right away.
Now Taylor's starting to use the jab himself. It's been a very precise round so far for Jermain Taylor, and Froch has had a hard time landing.
Froch goes to the body. And a lot of redness on the bridge of the nose of Froch. He continues to eat jab after jab.
Now understand, this is a fight in two parts. Almost everybody expected Taylor to start out well and do well early. But, big right by Froch. But can Jermain Taylor sustain this in the second half of the fight? We'll get to that later.
Jermain Taylor has had stamina problems in his career. After 5 rounds, 6 rounds, he has waned. He did it against Bernard Hopkins, Kelly Pavlik, even did it most recently against Jeff Lacey, doing a lot of holding from round 6 on, especially when the fight went inside. Froch patient, and I would imagine that he wants to see how hard of a puncher the 166-pound Taylor is.
And he's gotten a little taste of it so far.
Short left hook on a pivot by Taylor. And that's the end of the first round. The feeling out process did not take long.
Okay, listen to me. Listen, you're half asleep that round. You've got to be sharper on the jab. Don't wait on him. If you're not ready to punch, just move around, okay? You're listening to me. Put your legs out. You're listening to me. You're with me? Yeah. Let's get this jab and right hand working now and shorten your rock up. Move side to side. If you're not going to punch, move
by using the jab. Now, Taylor landed this right hand right off the get-go. That was 15 or 20 seconds into the fight after a jab. And then later on in the round, Carl Froch was able to get that right hand home and push Taylor back. Not as good as Taylor's, but Taylor tested him early with that right hand. And boy, Robert McCracken gave the greatest advice to use the jab.
McCracken, a 10-year pro, took a 33-0 record with 20 KOs into his only world title fight versus WBC middleweight champion Keith Holmes in 2000, and he was TKO'd in the 11th round. He finished with a 33-2 record. Round 2. Let's see if Froch becomes busier, especially with his jab.
You know, Gus, that's almost exactly the way most people that look at this fight, the boxing pundits, would have expected round 1 to go.
Froch told us, though, that he has no problems being patient because he would like, if he can't get something early, to take Jermain Taylor in the deep water because of his reputation as being a fighter that has stamina problems as the fight continues.
You know, Jermain was brutally honest with us. He admitted that he has not, he's cut corners in training, not eating right, and he said there have been in many of his fights times where he was literally buying time, trying to pace himself, but he said that's all over now. So we're going to find out if this fight goes on, whether it is all over. Froch said, you know what, animals don't change their stripes.
Taylor, though, looks much more relaxed than we've seen him in the past. As you mentioned, he sometimes comes into fights very tight, but it looks like he has terrific rhythm to start. That left hook blocked by Froch.
Jermain Taylor is a very skillful fighter, always has been. He has every offensive tool, and when he uses them, he's a tough guy to handle in the ring. Nice hook by Froch, a counter left hook against Taylor.
First title defense for Froch after defeating Jean Pascal to take the vacant WBC crown. Pascal was undefeated, a Canadian from Montreal, and that was a war of a fight. A lot of big punches landed.
Froch is not getting off very well with his punches. He's not landing his jab, and he has a great jab. There's the uppercut. Now that's a key punch for him to try and land, but when he throws it from too far out, Froch can be countered with it.
Froch has to be careful because when he comes in with both of his hands down. And that means he'd be able to be lined up for a nice short left hook.
Don't pull him by the neck. Don't pull him.
23 seconds remaining in the second round scheduled for 12. The WBC Super Middleweight Championship. Froch trying to get through with a right hand.
And he did land a very nice right hand there. It didn't do much damage to Taylor.
Now Taylor and Froch mixing it up a bit at the end of the second round. Taylor throws some big right hands.
All right, baby, what do you see? Hey, Jermain, go toward his jab. Hey, you get that right hand every time, okay? Stop, mix up you going around toward his right hand. Go toward his jab hand. Go toward his jab hand. You just stay stay behind your jab though. You're looking good. You're in good shape. Keep that right hand tight. You don't have to load up. Keep it tight. Keep it short.
Working move, and then let's be busy. Down the middle and short hooks, and when you're there underneath straight away. Don't go wide with nothing, okay?
I want it.
Yeah, you've nicked that one. It's one apiece, but I need you busier now. Let's start taking the fight out of them, but don't pull out. Get these gloves up and use these gloves to block, all right?
Jermain Taylor coming off a decisive 12-round decision against former IBF Super Middleweight World Champion Jeff Lacey in his last fight, November of 2008 in Tennessee. That fight was a WBC Super Middleweight title eliminator and earned him the WBC's #1 ranking and an opportunity at Froch.
They just had a clash of heads there a moment ago, and that's the one thing we really don't want to see in this fight, because this is obviously already shaping up as a very interesting and I think exciting fight potentially, and you just don't want a clash of heads that would create a cut.
Taylor blocking that 1-2, also blocking that lead right uppercut. Froch with no rhythm.
You know, Froch is one of the few fighters that gets away with throwing that uppercut from so far out. Doesn't often get countered, but he's facing a man who's a much better counterpuncher than the people he's been facing.
Biggest test of his career, Froch against Jermain Taylor, who defeated one of the greatest fighters in the world twice, Bernard Hopkins, to take his middleweight belt, and then came back and lost 2 consecutive fights to Kelly Pavlik to have the belts taken away from him. Froch trying to get through. Oh, nice right hand by Taylor. That backed up Froch, but Froch steps right back and delivers a right of his own and smiles.
That is quintessential Carl Froch. You hit him with a monster punch and he comes right back. He did that for 12 rounds with Jean Pascal. That's an important moment in this fight because Taylor hurt him. Taylor can't really go in after him now because he got nailed with a big right hand when he came in.
Froch blocks the left hook. Froch starting to get his confidence now. Taylor continues to pop the jab.
Oh my.
Froch on the ropes. He may be hurt. Froch backing up. Taylor moving in. Froch is hurt. Right hand, and Froch goes down.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You run. All right? All right, let's go.
It's the first time he's been knocked down in his career. 26 seconds left. Can Taylor finish him? Taylor has him wounded.
Remember the Kelly Pavlik fight where Taylor did not finish it and it came back to haunt him.
10 seconds. And Froch, another right hand left up. Froch wobbling. And that's the end of the round. Bad intentions. One of the best rounds
Give me the ice bag.
for Taylor
Listen to me.
in quite some
Legs
time.
out. You had that round under control and then you went in for a big shot and left yourself wide open. Listen to me. You've got to get tidier. You're coming out and you're pulling your head up and you're sticking your chin in the air and he's just coming back at you over the top. One too. Yeah, because you're loading up and you're looking for big shots and you're pulling out with your chin in the air. You've got to get your chin down, you've got to move your head and you've got to get these gloves up after you punch. He's punching back. You've got to block and parry.
Jermain Taylor landed some hellacious right hands. Now there's the right hand in which Froch would come back with his own right hand. So at that point, Froch had things together. But as Froch bull rushed him, which Robert McCracken told him he did carelessly, and he did, a right hand lands from Jermain Taylor and sends Froch to the canvas.
Froch knocked down for the first time in his career. Now we will see what he's made of. Undefeated at 24-0. Carl Froch has to dig deep now because the man standing on the opposite side of the ring is a true champion.
Now, I would go back to the script that people thought about this fight, and even with that dramatic round by Jermain Taylor, it bears repeating. Most expected him to have a very good portion in the first part of this fight. Can he sustain it?
Let him up. Watch.
Now the Froch jab starting to become a little bit of a factor. He has an excellent jab when he uses
Don't
it.
backhand.
Taylor would love to come over that jab, though, because it's so low. He's rolling it back. Come over that jab with the right hand. Froch's Taylor made for it there. He barely misses. Left hand by Taylor.
Now right there, that was a left uppercut that Froch was throwing, and Taylor countered it.
Round 4 scheduled for 12. Jermain Taylor, the challenger in the black trunks. Carl Froch, the Englishman and champion, in the black and red trunks. His nickname is the Cobra. First title defense for Froch, who won a bronze medal at the World Championships as an amateur One of the biggest moments of his career in Belfast, England. Had over 100 amateur fights.
You know, Jermain Taylor's defense in this fight has been excellent, and you could easily overlook that. He has blocked a lot of punches, slipped punches, and made it very hard for Froch to hit him.
Under a minute to go in the 4th round. Taylor. Very relaxed through 4 so far.
You know, Jermain Taylor has not scored a knockout since 2005, which is a fairly long drought. Now, during that time, he's fought nothing but champions or former champions. So he's had a tremendous, you know, tremendously good list of opponents in front of him.
Hey, don't watch that elbow. Keep that elbow in.
Uppercut blocked by Froch.
Let him out. Let him out. Step back. Step back.
Under 10 seconds to go in the 4th round. Scheduled for 12. Froch, Taylor, and they are banging.
Time.
You've got to block his right jab, all right? You understand me? You've got to work the jab and you've got to block his jab and that right over the top, so you've got to have the gloves up. Put your legs out. Listen, listen. You've had a bad start, but now you're into the groove with this jab, but you've got to put your stuff together. 1, 2 up, little movements. Double jab right hand and back him up when you can, but just don't force it.
When he tries the uppercut, Carl Froch, he leaves himself open now. He will throw this uppercut and get countered with a strong jab by Jermain Taylor. Remember when we did the keys to victory? We showed you with Froch hurting an opponent with that left uppercut. This time he tried the same thing and got countered.
Bust him with the jab and the right hand left hook comes off it when it's there. Don't force anything. Don't load up with nothing.
Unofficially, press row scoring. Chris Givens, Niall Hickman, and Jack Obermeyer.
And I have it 40-35 for Jermain Taylor. So I agree with the 1 score.
Round 5, scheduled for 12. The WBC Super Middleweight Championship of the world. Carl Froch in the black and red trunks. Jermain Taylor in the black, red, white, and blue trunks. Taylor knocking down Froch in the 3rd round. Taylor establishing his jab. As we start the 5th, it's been wicked. He's been working on angles, doing a nice job stepping off the line, making Froch miss.
And because they want him to do even more of that, they told him in the corner to get out of the pocket quicker. They don't want him standing right in front of Froch even a little bit. And that was a hellacious left hook, although Froch thought it was low.
Now Froch goes to the body. Ozell Nelson telling Jermain Taylor that he wants him to sit down on his punches, especially when he goes inside, meaning bend his knees and really stick that left hook into Froch. They've worked on it in the gym a lot during camp. Jermain Taylor telling us that he's recommitted himself to boxing. He missed the spotlight. He missed being a world champion. During the Lacey fight, at the press conference, he said there were only 2 cameras there, and those were throwaways. And at the press conference at Gallagher's Steakhouse in New York earlier this week, it was jam-packed. Media sources from all around the world, and he said, this is what I want to get back to.
Well, so far in this fight, he's doing it, although Froch is having a little bit better round 5, but Taylor is fighting a purposeful, effective fight.
Jab, very effective for Taylor. In the 5th round, he's been doubling it up.
Let him up, let him up.
You know, a big issue in this match is hand speed. Carl Froch just has been a smidge slower than Jermain Taylor, and that's why he's missing those right hands that he throws. Taylor's been able to slip them.
Hey, guys, listen up on the break. Listen up, all right? Say break, step back. Step back.
Ooh, nice left hooks by Jermain Taylor. Although Mike Ortega tells him to keep him up. Looks like they were right on the belt line.
Here's one of the rare combinations from Carl Froch. When he punches in combination, he's much more effective, of course.
But the question is Carl Froch laying in the weeds and waiting for this fight to evolve, to see where Taylor is conditioning-wise, if he can go 6 through 12 with the same kind of intentions. Time!
Hey, when you get inside, I want you to bend them freaking knees, and that's both sides of the body. Both sides. And come out on the side. Don't pop up, back up in the middle. Both sides, back up to his head, step over to the side. Okay, the same how you jab. You jab, you can't.
Jermain Taylor going downstairs with a big left hook that landed, well, that one did land below the belt line, as you can see. So that one, I think Carl Froch had a case that one landed a little low. I don't think it was intentional by Taylor. He was just trying to go to the body, but it did land a smidge low.
Jermain Taylor, the former undisputed middleweight champion of the world, moving up to 168 from 160.
Keep it clean. All right,
Carl,
let's keep it clean. Let's go.
First title defense. Taylor telling us that after losing to Kelly Pavlik twice, he had to sit down, reevaluate his career, and what came out was that he wanted something again. He wanted to be a world champ. And back in the back of his mind, remember when he told us, Al, in the darkest part of his mind, he wants Kelly Pavlik again because he feels that he's better than Kelly Pavlik and he can beat him if given another opportunity.
That's one of those challenges still out there. And many wondered if he would be, nice jab by Taylor as a counterpunch. Many wondered, could Jermain Taylor be hungry again? He said, I'm hungry to win a title, and I think the other thing he's hungry for is to try and beat Pavlik. Now, they told Froch in his corner to use the jab, the 1-2, and be busier, and he's having a hard time doing those things.
Nice right hand by Froch.
That's
another right hand by Froch. And that backs up Taylor.
That's as good a right hand, I think, as Carl Froch can throw.
Remember, Froch has been down. He went down in the third round as Taylor scored a right hand to drop the world champion. Sixth round, though, scheduled for 12. Both fighters exchanging stiff jabs.
You know, Robert McCracken shows you why he's a good trainer. He told Froch to throw the jab, the straight right hand, and by golly, he did it and it worked.
Froch now finding a rhythm. He looks like his confidence is starting to grow. He's found his range. Taylor coming over the top.
Now, Froch may or may not be winning this round, though there's time still to do it. But he's certainly having his best round of the fight, I think.
I would agree. Under a minute to go in round number 6. And you just wonder, in the back of Taylor's mind, is he saying, can I get through 12? Do I have the gas?
Let's go. Step back.
And Gus, you and I both were struck with his honesty about past fights in which he said, it was in my mind every second. And here we are in round 6, and there's a slight discernible difference in which Froch is doing better.
Haunting memories for Jermain Taylor.
Step back, step out, step out. Now watch your head. Watch your head inside, both of you guys.
Round 6, a much closer round. Could go either way.
Left hook by Froch, connecting. He blocks Taylor's jab. Taylor, nice work at the end of the round.
That's it.
I'm sorry, guys. Still got to get some body work inside. So that whole, you don't have to stay out there with us. He the one is getting busted up.
How'd you like that? Calm down, left hook? See you right there? Yes, sir. Okay, double that right hand next time you hit him with that right hand. Double it. Yes, sir. Once every time done it. Yes, sir.
Carl Froch finally was able to get the right hand, and the jab sets up that very good straight right hand. Taylor took this punch very well. I mean, this is a beauty. And again, the jab, the key to that punch landing. And at the end of the round, Jermain Taylor trying to rally as they both exchanged kind of a wild punches.
Halfway through this title fight, the champion, Carl Froch, needs to rally if he wants to keep his belt. Froch in the black and red trunks. Jermain Taylor in the black, red, white, and blue trunks.
And remember, Froch was down in round 3. And if there is a criticism of Jermain Taylor that it'd be hard for him to dispute, it is that he is not a great finisher. He has knocked people down among his upper echelon opponents, but not been able to finish them. And so far, that's true in this fight with Froch when he had him in trouble with a little bit left in the round.
Most of those punches blocked by Taylor. Taylor's defense has been excellent tonight.
Yeah, the only round in which Froch was able to land a series of good punches was round 6, and that was when he went straight up the middle on Taylor and didn't throw those wide punches.
Doubling up the jab, Taylor connecting.
And you know, that right hand that landed in round 6, which was a great right, and there's another one. The question will be, could those right hands have more impact in round 9 or 10? We'll probably get a chance to find out. Froch is getting that right in again.
Froch has not gone to the body in this fight. Ozell Nelson, Taylor's trainer, telling him he wants to throw shots to the body. Nice stiff jab by Taylor. Backing up.
Both men are more effective with the jab this round. I mean, they're both doing a very good job with that punch.
Step out, let him out. Step back.
Left hook by Taylor. Knocks Froch off balance.
One of the things in this fight is that Taylor has a more diversified attack than Carl Froch. The left hook is a perfect example. His left hook much better than Froch.
Once upon a time, Jermain Taylor was considered the future of the 160-pound division. He lived up to the expectations for all intents and purposes.
He really did to a great extent. You know, he beat a legend of Bernard Hopkins, defended the title several times, and lost to a very good champion in Kelly Pavlik.
Froch trying to rally at the end of the 7th round.
Hey, sorry. Got him behind the head. Be careful. Time.
And that's it.
Listen, son. You've just got to keep working him with that jab, and your right hand will come off it, okay? Your right hand's going to come off it. Chin down and bend your knees when he punches back, okay? They'll go over the top, but if you pull out and stand up tall, he'll catch you back. Use your right glove to block his jab, okay? Not now and again, because he'll jab you every now and again for no reason, okay? Ice bag on his head. Right glove to block his jab. How we doing?
Circle toward his jab hand. Keep him turning.
Punch move is beautiful, okay? That double right hand will work, and the body shot will work.
Well, McCracken talked about using the right hand to block the jab of Taylor because he keeps his left hand so low. There is the jab that they're talking about. He does not bring his right hand over. If you keep your left hand low, like Carl Froch does, you need to employ the same defense Kenny Norton and Archie Moore used to use. Bring your right glove over to block your face. He doesn't really do that.
That's the crab, or as Archie Moore would call it, the mongoose. Round 8 scheduled for 12. For the WBC Super Middleweight Championship of the World, Jermain Bad Intentions Taylor,
Step back clean.
former undisputed world champion at 160 pounds. He's been in wars. Bernard Hopkins twice, Kelly Pavlik, Winky Wright, Corey Spinks. Now Carl Froch as he moves up to 168. Froch from Nottingham, England, making his first title defense.
There's a change in this fight. Froch is getting Taylor, I really do.
Is Taylor slowing down? Froch.
Oh, yeah.
Hit Taylor with a looping right hand. Taylor stumbled. I don't know if he tripped, but he did stumble.
From Taylor's perspective, I think he needs to do something offensive right now.
And here's the record for Jermain Taylor and Froch, past 7 rounds.
And mind you, they both have very good records. And Froch, of course, obviously undefeated, has never lost. It's not as if Taylor has been bad in the last part of fights. It's just he's not as good as he is early in fights. So he's gotten wins, but this round 8 is a perfect example. Froch is winning this round, and Jermain looks like he's buying time.
Nice stiff jab by Froch. Taylor.
Froch has a problem with his right eye. He's kind of blinking out of it.
Taylor not as busy. Double jab by Froch. Taylor waiting. He may have been hit with something, Al, and he's trying to clear his head.
Yeah, I think he was, Gus. I think those right hands early that Froch landed in this round did stun Jermain.
Taylor backing up. He hasn't backed up. Now he's on his toes. Taylor is foggy. He's trying to clear his head and buy time. Froch continues to come forward.
Carl Froch is a different fighter when he uses the jab.
Don't grab him behind the head, okay? Second time. Let's go.
Froch coming on now.
I hope Michael Ortega doesn't take any points away.
Nice left hook by Taylor.
Carl Froch should just keep doing jabs, straight right hands, and come forward. That's what he's got to do in this fight.
Well, Jermain Taylor has that high guard. Froch trying to get this right cross through. Taylor putting his punches together at the end of the round. Trying to steal it. They butt heads. And wow, Jermain Taylor with an answer.
Too big for no reason. Sit down. You're loading up. That's the only time he's catching you now. You're loading up for no reason. Put your legs out. Carl, you're getting on top and then you load up and letting it. You ain't got him. You've got to box him. You've got to listen to what I'm telling you. You ain't got him. You've got to box him because anything big is going to count you. You've got to listen to what I'm telling you. Every time you load up, he hits your back and makes you look silly. He was controlling the round there, and you let him nick it at the end because you opened up with big swings.
That's 10 or 4, have a go.
Listen to me, son. I'm telling you, just keep boxing.
Robert McCracken is so right. When Froch got all off balance and threw these ugly shots, that's when Jermain Taylor was able to use his hand speed to get him. And that left uppercut was a monstrous punch by Jermain Taylor. And that shook Froch at the end of the round and made Jermain Taylor pretty animated about what he did.
Behind the head now.
Round 9.
But that was a Froch round.
Scheduled for 12. Froch in black with the British flag. Taylor in black with the U.S. flag.
I don't think Carl Froch should throw another left hook for the rest of this fight. I mean, I wouldn't even try. I'd throw jabs, straight right hands, and nothing else, because that's what's working. And I sure wouldn't throw any uppercuts.
I'd love to see Froch try to change up his right hand instead of throwing it as a right cross. Taylor's guard is so high, if he could loop it around, he may find some success.
The pace of this fight has slowed a little bit here, primarily because Jermain Taylor is kind of pacing himself right now, and Froch doesn't want to attack wildly.
Taylor looks like he has plenty of gas. Continue to pop. He continues to pop his jab, and it's scoring big for him. Continuing to block most of Froch's shots. Now he goes to the body.
Now that uppercut was okay for Froch to throw because he was close to Taylor, and he almost landed it. Taylor's jab's been very effective in this round, but Froch has landed some very good punches as well. It's a really interesting tactical fight.
Now Froch trying to lean in with that right hand. Some redness in the left eye of Froch. Also, it's starting to swell up a bit. Taylor, left hook, right hand combination.
The problem for Carl Froch is that these rounds, starting from round 6, have been pretty close rounds. I've given him 2 of the 3, Gus, and this one's up for grabs. But his problem is he may have dug such a hole for himself in this fight that it's going to be tricky for him to come back.
Break. Step back. Watch your shoulder coming in.
And from round 6 through round 9 here, these are pivotal rounds in terms of how the judges are scoring them.
Froch trying to jump on Taylor now, pins him on the ropes.
Break. Step back. Watch your heads, guys. Watch your head. Pull your head back. Step back. Step back. Step back.
19 seconds to go in the 9th round. Taylor. A lot of gas in the tank, folks. He said he'd been eating well, sleeping well, training well. And it looks like it so far.
And you've got to move, make him miss, and you've got to go back to him. Do you understand me?
He's not going to do that, is he?
Yeah, but you've got to be busier. You can't let him hit you with the eye-catching punches and steal the round. We're not doing any work. You've got to be really busy, and you've got to shorten them up underneath, okay? Listen, we need big rounds here, okay? Because of that knockdown and 1 or 2 rounds, you're probably 2 or 3 down.
Okay.
Come on, baby.
Right in the middle and keep your output up better.
You want them bells. Come on. Let's go out and work then.
Okay.
Let's go out and work then. Let's work.
What round is it? This is 10th round right now.
Chris Givens from the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Noel Hickman from the UK Daily Express. Jack Overmeyer from Boxing Digest have Taylor in front comfortably.
Well, 1 has him comfortably, 2 pretty close, and I have it 87-83 along with Gibbons. But I don't know if Robert McCracken's that far off. There were a couple down. They might only be a couple down. Froch has done a lot of work in these recent rounds, and now he's going after Jermain Taylor again.
Froch starting to loop that right hand.
When Froch is busy and pushes Taylor back, he's putting Jermain in a defensive posture in which Taylor is not counterpunching now.
Right hand scoring for Froch, backs Taylor up again.
Not much punching coming from Jermain Taylor here in the beginning of this round. Is winning the battle of the jab now. Taylor's jab, when he throws it, it's very effective and it's hard, but Froch is throwing more. See, there's a good one from Taylor, but that's the only one he's thrown really the whole round.
Combination punching by Froch. Most of those blocked by Taylor, but some getting through.
Well, this is a Carl Froch round right now, so whether he needs a knockdown to get him back in this fight or winning all these rounds remaining can do it, he's giving himself a start here in round 10 anyway, because he is dominating the round.
That's right, Taylor.
Step back, Jermain. Step back. Step back.
Giving a lot of ground to Froch in the 10th round. Right hand connecting by Taylor, and he doubled up the jab as he stepped back. A Froch right back at him.
And Robert McCracken made the point. Oh, nice right by Froch. Taylor lands what he called eye-popping punches, and that could negate all the good work Froch does over the course of the round. But this round, this has been the single best round of Froch in the fight.
Froch starting to go around Taylor's high guard. Taylor lead right hand, gets through.
And that time Froch did something interesting. He slipped one of Taylor's punches, which he doesn't always do.
Froch does have a great chin. Left hook connecting for Taylor. That buckled Froch.
You know, I think the left hooks have been the most powerful punches for Jermain Taylor. He landed some really nice right hands early, and one of those rights put Froch down. I think the lefts have hurt him too.
Froch going down in the 3rd round.
Stay off his neck. Stay off his neck. Time.
The jab, and you've got to work him, but you've got to have your chin down because you come back with the odd counter over the top. You're listening to me. We've got to have 2 big rounds behind the jab. 1, 2 hooks, and then you get the movement, your body and head, all right? Side to side, okay? But you've got to have the gloves up for what comes back and bend your knees. Move your head and use your feet, okay? Don't stay in front of him after you've punched, yeah? Listen, he's conning his way through it now. He's going to open up now and again, and then he's going to look. You have to let your hands go,
Just real.
Keep going for you. This is it. You got to head him
If you win these 6 minutes,
All right, let's go. 6 minutes, okay? Got to head.
Round number 11 scheduled for 12. And according to the press, this fight is getting closer and closer.
I have it 96-93. Of course, we saw the British reporter had a draw at this juncture. And 2 of the other press row scores had Taylor winning. Froch has taken control right now in terms of the way he's imposing his will on Jermain Taylor right now.
Froch trying to get loose. Much more active.
If you look at the body language of the 2 fighters, it's clear Carl Froch, oh, and there's that good uppercut, and he's got a good one. It's clear that he thinks he can push ahead in these rounds. And Jermain is not punching very much.
As usual, Jermain got off to a great start in the first 5 rounds. There's a big looping right hand by Froch that landed right on the button.
You know, Gus, you said something earlier, and I was almost going to take issue with you about the overhand right, and I didn't, and you were right. When he loosens that right hand a little bit and takes it around, it's helping Carl Froch. It really is. Because he was landing it up the middle, but then it did start getting blocked, and then looping it really helped him. So look, you won our first dispute.
That's all right. Some blood coming out of the nose of Taylor. Uppercut by Froch. Double uppercut. Now Taylor wants to hold on. Jermain Taylor. Ghosts of past losses are starting to creep into his head. But look at him come back and put together a combination. Left hook by Taylor. He's digging deep.
This is looking like the Jean Pascal fight that Froch had.
Froch to the body. Taylor blocks the left hook. Uppercut, right hand, Froch pouring it on. He wants to keep this title and take it back to England and become a superstar in his country. Taylor pivoting with the jab. Taylor right hand chopping down. They're giving and they're taking. Round 11.
The uppercuts by both men have been fantastic to add to all those other punches.
Taylor with the right hand. 25 seconds remaining in the 11th. Wild can opener by Taylor.
Let's go. Step back. Step back.
Jermain may be running out of gas.
But he's still throwing bombs, but I don't know if he's landing as many important punches as Froch in this round. That's the question the judges will have to answer. It's Froch coming forward. Oh, that was an excellent and exciting round.
You've got to have this round. You've got to have this round and you'll win the fight, okay? You've got to have it big, though, behind the jab and the combinations. Do me a favour, don't swing and load up because you'll hit your back, all right? Are you with?
Carl Froch coming around the guard, something Gus talked about, and landing a big right hand early in the round. Jermain Taylor was not ready to concede this round, rallying with that monstrous uppercut. Both men landed great uppercuts in the round. And then Froch coming back. But Jermain Taylor having good moments in the middle of that round. Was it enough to get him the round? I don't think so.
So according to Press Row, the winner of the 12th round wins this fight.
How bad you want?
And I have it a 2-point fight for Taylor, but it could easily be a draw or a 1-point fight, perhaps, for Carl Froch at this point. Many close rounds in the middle of this. I gave round 7 to Froch. That's the difference.
Round 12 for the WBC Super Middleweight Championship of the world. Carl Froch, the Englishman, wants to retain it. Jermain Taylor, the former undisputed middleweight champion, wants to take it. Taylor with some crisp punching to start the round. Now Froch backs him up, and Taylor holds on.
This fight has gone exactly according to the script we laid out. The beginning part was Jermain Taylor controlling. The last part is Carl Froch coming back like all get out.
Heavy punches by Froch. The looping right hand has been effective for Froch. Right hand staggers. Taylor's in trouble. Froch pouring it on. Taylor, he's ready to go. A minute 45 to go. Froch closing in. Carl Froch gambling everything. His first defense on foreign soil against the former undisputed champ, and he's got him on the ropes.
And remember, if he doesn't knock Jermain Taylor down in this round and they don't give him a 10-8, it might still go to Jermain Taylor. Taylor needs to stay on his feet if he can.
Taylor holding on. He ran out of gas. Froch, does he have it in him? Froch, Taylor staggering. They're ready to stop it. Froch, Taylor still on his feet. Under a minute to go. Froch again. Taylor, wild lunging punches, and he backs him up. Taylor trying to catch himself, using his jab, eats a right hand, another right hand, and he goes down. Oh my goodness! 8, 9, give me a glove. Come on, 30 seconds left. Can the former world champion hold on? Taylor in trouble. Froch punches and punches, and it's over. I'm going back to England, Mom, and I'm keeping my title. Carl Froch shocks the boxing world as he stops Jermain Taylor in the 12th round. What a fight!
Not only did this fight live up to expectations, it went according to the plan Carl Froch would have expected, and those people that supported him would have expected. He came back in the second half of this fight after a terrible beginning in the first 5, and for this man, Jermain Taylor, what a terrific disappointment.
In the end,
Dude, you almost did it. You pulled it out
Jermain
like a champ.
Taylor
Come on.
ran out of gas.
Sure did.
Congratulations to Carl Froch, who said that he took this fight because he wanted to receive international acknowledgement by fighting tough fights.
No, George, take his rules, my friend. Think I could have left it later. What was the score? You're not going to go down on me, are you? Okay. All right, good fight. Good fight. Good fight. Come on, Tom. I don't know why I didn't believe in myself. Come on. I just didn't believe in myself early on. Cheers, brother. Thank you, man.
It was an astonishing 12th round. Taylor had been in trouble most of the round, but if there had been no knockdown, there was concern that he'd still be in trouble about a decision. That knockdown is what gave Carl Froch, even if this fight had ended, a good chance to win the fight. But as you can see, Jermain Taylor hurt bad enough that Carl Froch realized, I have a very good chance of ending this fight, which of course is important depending on how the scores would have been. We take a look again at the knockdown. Jabs and right hands were the key. That is what ultimately did in Jermain Taylor. Taylor was able to give him credit, stay up at this juncture. That's astonishing, because he was getting hit with some monstrous punches. And give Carl Froch credit for giving himself distance to punch. He didn't get himself so caught up to get so close to Jermain Taylor that he didn't give himself distance to punch. That was, I think, the key in him ending up stopping Taylor in this fight. And this is the end of the fight, with Ortega looking on very carefully. See, Froch gives himself enough room to punch. He doesn't smother his punches and just keeps punching, and ultimately the fight is stopped. What a dramatic ending, and what an astonishing performance by Carl Froch.
And based on the scorecards, if Jermain Taylor could have stood up and finished the fight, he would have won. Let's go inside the ring, where Jimmy Lennon Jr. is standing by.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes 46 seconds in round number 12. Our referee in charge, Michael Ortega, stops the contest. He is the winner by way of spectacular knockout. He is still undefeated and still the WBC Super Middleweight Champion of the world, Carl the Cobra Froch.
Gentlemen, you're given your instructions at the weigh-in. Please obey my commands. Respect the bell, and above all, protect yourself at all times. Thank you.
All right, Jadon Codrington, Van Easley, and this crowd is revved up for this one.
Ready, baby, ready.
A lot on the line for these two gentlemen. The New York State Super Middleweight title, 10-round schedule. Codrington 8-0, Easley 17, 11, and 2. Round one.
Van looks more warmed up than Jadon.
Van coming out aggressive to start. Codrington laying on the ropes. Easley, beautiful body punching. Left hook, right hand, though, by Codrington. So Easley determined to fight Codrington in a closet early.
This is just how the Van fights. The 3 rounds is going to be just like this. His record do not indicate how big of a puncher he is, but the guy can really bang.
And he's banging right now. Codrington, first time I've ever seen him fighting off of his heels.
And he grabbed, he held on. Oh, he hurt him.
A little bit off balance, I think. Interesting to see how Codrington reacts, because right now he's letting Easley do what Easley wants to do.
Remember, this one is scheduled for 10. Codrington is a very poised young man.
And Easley's cut, left eye.
It had to be from the butt.
One thing that's great about Codrington, as he can fight going backwards and forwards.
He's moving real well now. I like his movement, fluent. He didn't panic from the early onslaught.
Now Codrington establishing the jab.
He should stay on the jab. Don't get into a exchange, a heavy exchange early. Work the jab.
Van Easley, 33 years old, from Queens.
And Easley's been cut. His last 2 fights were stopped because of cuts over his right eye. Now he's cut over the left eye, the blood going down the side, but it's a painfully familiar problem for Levon Easley.
And Easley's pace is slowed a bit. Under a minute to go in the first round, scheduled for 10. Jadon Codrington has space now.
If he thought he was going to rattle the young kid, it didn't happen.
And that time Codrington spun nicely off the ropes, which he did not do the first minute of the fight.
Codrington doing a nice job putting his punches together. Punches and bunches. Hands down at his waist, though.
That's what you want to do if you're Jadon. He's not throwing hard shots when he throw the combinations. He's just letting his hands go. He's trying to get in a low rhythm.
Most of the crowd here at Manhattan Center on their feet to watch our main event. 10 seconds to go in the first round. Already a cut over the eye of Van Easley. And that's the end of the first round. We are gonna have a fight, folks, tonight.
As we thought would happen, Levon Easley came out real hard, real fast. He put Codrington on the defensive. Jadon seemed determined to just weather this, which he did. And if anything, Easley might have won the round, but he also came out worse for it because of a cut over his left eye.
All right, we begin the second round. Easley not as aggressive to start the second round as he was in the first. 9 of Easley's 15 connects in the first minute. Came in the first minute of the round. Left hook gets in for Codrington. Right hand slipped though by Easley. Great pace to this fight.
Yeah, Levon is definitely slowed down.
Big time, huh? And if he walks forward without punching, he's just going to be doing Jadon a favor.
Exactly. Because he's a smooth boxer, as you can see there. But he should not play to the crowd.
Here comes Easley now, closing the distance. Codrington rests on the ropes.
Very good.
Codrington trying to go to the body. That's blocked by Easley. Now Easley leaning on the younger Codrington.
Stay up.
Left hook gets in for Codrington. Uppercut gets in for Codrington. Another left uppercut getting in.
Jadon has excellent eyes on the inside. Great concentration.
1-2. Scoring for Codrington. Now he backs up on his toes, floating like a butterfly.
And there's no rush for Codrington because time is on his side.
And I think Codrington's body shots have also been effective. Fans in his corner. Left hook, right hand. Left hook, right hand. Left hook, right hand.
He hurt easily.
Jadon Codrington, left hook, left hook. Easley's in trouble. Codrington can finish him right now. Here he comes. 32 seconds to go. Jadon Codrington for the New York State Super Middleweight title.
He's taking his time. He's not rushing it. Only his 9th fight, and he's fighting as if he's a veteran of 15, 20 fights.
And almost everybody here, Gus, is standing up. They're hanging over the rafters here to see this.
10 seconds. Right hand connects for Codrington.
I said it time and time again. I think he's the real deal.
In the first round, it was Easley who put Codrington on the ropes. Right here, Codrington fighting off the ropes, which he didn't do in the first round, landing big shots. Easley slowed down big time. Codrington took advantage. Same action, a little closer look. And you see that Easley's defense, other than occasionally bending over at the waist, isn't very good. He's just getting hit shot after shot there. Big round for Codrington.
All right, round 3, scheduled for 10. Codrington with a 33-6 edge and power connects. He landed 57% in the second round.
And he just did something real big. A mental thing here he just did. He just stepped to Levan Easley while Easley was sitting on a corner before the round started.
Easley slowing down. Codrington really putting his punches together. And Easley's hands have started to drop as well. Watch for the left hook, because Easley's right hand is low. Uppercut, left hand.
Easley seems to think, oh, now, is that Easley's blood over
That's Easley's blood.
It may be Easley's blood.
Easley seems to think he's safer on the inside, but that's really where he's taking his most punishment.
Right. He's just laying on Jadon right now, talking to him.
Uppercut, right hand. Easley comes back with a looping right hand of his own.
Jadon wants to spin off of those ropes though. Don't lay there.
Uppercut, right hand, uppercut, left hook. Easley is taking some punishment. Codrington putting it on him. And he backs it up by jabbing out. This kid has textbook boxing skill.
I hate to sound like a cheerleader, but I've been big on this dude since his pro debut.
In and out. Jadon Codrington putting on a clinic on his toes.
And Easley's body language suggests it's about round 9, not round 3.
A gash over the left eye of Easley. He may have been bunted in the first round. A minute to go in round 3. Scheduled for 10 for the New York State Super Middleweight title. Jadon Codrington in blue, Van Easley in white. Short left hook for Codrington. He doubles it up. Now Codrington leans on Easley. Tires him out even more. Easley.
That thing Easley fight is over now.
Easley ready to go, folks. Codrington.
He's not trying to throw any punches.
Oh, Codrington. Just landing punch after punch. The up jab, followed by a 1, 2, 3.
Easley's hands are dangerously low. He's going to get hit by a big hook or a big uppercut.
And Jadon is coming right back with his defense. After landing big shots, he comes right back with tight defense.
This kid's tough. 1, 2, 3. Jadon Codrington. What a fighter.
Again, fighting off the ropes in round 3. Jadon Codrington. Easley's hands are way too low. And then the end of round 3, big moments again. It's all Codrington right now. Easley just doesn't have the defense or the offense working, and he's just taking shots almost as if he's inviting Codrington to hit him. Big round for Codrington.
Listen to me. Come back to me. You can turn this thing into a fight. You can't keep the rest up like that. Oh, yeah. Okay? Do it, okay?
You hear me? You got it?
I need doctor help there. He's very responsive. Stop freaking out on me.
4th round scheduled for 10. Jadon Codrington in purple. Van Easley in white. Gentlemen, how do you have this fight scored so far?
Have it scored 2 rounds to 1 for Jadon, 29-28.
Same here, Gus. I gave Easley the first round. It's the most one-sided 2 rounds to 1 I've ever called.
And look at the punches and bunches by Codrington. He's landing. Easley, wobbling. Easley, ready to go right now. He won't make it out of this round if Codrington continues to put this kind of pressure on him. Top Your Box is presented by LocateStock.com, the pioneer in locate stocks.
But do we think Jadon is going to either get tied or break his hands or something?
I think that's Easley's only hope right now.
Blood just gushing out of the left eye of Easley.
But one thing about Levan, he's consistent. He'll fight you for 2 rounds. He's consistent.
Codrington, right hand. Codrington continuing the punch. Easley giving no ground. Codrington jabs out. Uppercut, left hook.
Get hit with a little bit of everything there.
Man,
Easily showing some chin, huh?
He's in great shape. Great shape.
He is. He really used that month to prepare. He was down 3 times in 2 fights against Scott Pemberton. No disgrace there.
Scott
Pemberton can punch, and he's a top 10 super middleweight.
But it's only the 4th round. Let's see if Codrington goes to the body to slow Easley down even more, because he's shown that he has a great chin.
And good boxing skills. He's mixing up. He's boxing, he's punching. You can tell he takes the sport serious. Nice counter right hand.
Beautiful right hand on the rock back.
And the significance of this round is if we get to the bell, if they go to the cards because of the cut over Easley's eye, if it was ruled as a butt, they would go to the cards. It wouldn't be a technical decision.
.40 seconds to go in the 4th round. Somehow Easley has been able to stay on his feet. He has one heck of a chin.
Now Jadon is getting his jab working. When Levan gets close, Jadon tightens his defense and he punches right off of it. Whereas when Jadon gets close, Levan doesn't tighten his defense.
Round 4, not all that different from round 2 and 3, all Codrington. Easley really left his fight in that first round because he hasn't mounted any attack since. And then later in round 4, Easley losing his balance, looked like he almost went down there. He's cut, he's battered, and he's tired. And a counter right hand, that looked like it landed right on the cut.
Okay, yeah, you can do this.
That cut is on the top of his left eye. You just wonder how long his trainers are going to allow him to go, or even the doctor. It looks like a deep cut.
They're taking that full minute with him, though.
And the punches through 4. Codrington all day, all the time.
He threw a nice right hand to the body. Put Levan's left hand down just a bit.
Look at that left hand. Close to the waist for Easley. Codrington with great eyes.
The excellent concentration on the inside. As I said, you can tell he takes the sport serious. You can tell he gets in the gym, and it's not just, you know, funny games, smoke and mirrors for him. It's a business. It's his life right now.
And he's very good at his business. Codrington still busy, lands the counter right hand.
Now Levan throwing one shot at a time. Passing him around, a couple of shots here and there.
Easley on the ropes. Codrington throwing combination. Easley rocks back and gets caught with a left hook.
He brought that one from over here. I guess Levan was trying to intimidate him in the first round. Jump on him, trying to rattle him. It didn't work though.
Both fighters mumbling words to each other as they lay on the ropes.
But Easley's throwing so few meaningful shots. Even if he punched himself out a little bit in that first round, if he was in good shape, shouldn't he have more left at this point?
Exactly. He should have caught a second win by now. This is what, the fifth round?
Easley in trouble, not answering. Codrington, 40 seconds to go.
Fight back.
And that blood is really pouring out of the eye of Easley now. Covington can't miss.
I mean, I'm no psychic, but I thought this would be a tough fight.
How long do you let this one keep going?
I mean, it's corner. He's like a punching bag right now.
They're going to go to the corner, and Easley's going to have that eye looked at. The doctor may stop this one right now because it's getting gruesome.
Double touchdown.
He's a punching bag right now.
Doc, you gotta call it.
And this one's over. Jermain Taylor. Technical knockout over Van Easley.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Steve Smoger stops the bout on the advice of the doctor at 2 minutes and 54 seconds of the 5th round. The winner by way of technical knockout, Jadon the Don Codrington.
Chief seconds. James, Edwin, you've already received your instructions in the dressing room. You know exactly what I expect. I want a good, hard championship fight and obey my commands at all times. Obey the bell. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
No contest after before we go to the cards. Kurt.
Well, 25-year-old Edwin Rodriguez, we called him one of the most promising 168-pound prospects in America. Tonight, it's his chance to show it, facing what he says is his toughest opponent yet in Buddy McGirt's son, James McGirt Jr. And Rodriguez, always coming out aggressive.
And letting that right hand go, usually the best weapon against a southpaw. In terms of amateur experience, Edwin Rodriguez, a former national champion, and McGirt at a different level as an amateur. And pro experience, you see that McGirt part of the class of 04, Rodriguez part of the class of 08, and McGirt with a lot more experience. He's the veteran in this one.
We talked about how aggressive Rodriguez likes to start. He's definitely doing that tonight. But McGirt's giving as much as he's taking.
Very important for McGirt to keep his cool and not turn this into a brawl.
You said you sensed something different in him yesterday during our fighter meetings.
Yeah, he just looked like he wanted to go for a KO, and it's just not his game, especially against a strong fighter like Rodriguez, who can be hit, but you have to do it as a boxer, not as a puncher.
Now, it hasn't cost him by any means yet, but we've seen Rodriguez a little bit off balance a couple of times here in this opening round. McGirt just staying in close, not allowing Rodriguez to get any distance.
Rodriguez has gotten quite a few of his knockouts via body shots lately, and Jamin that way tonight so far.
Well, he's certainly not shy about throwing punches. Throws them in volume.
Watch your heads. Break! Don't punch. Watch your heads, guys. Watch your heads.
McGirt stepped into that one. But not backing down at all. He's got Rodriguez in the corner. Before Rodriguez turns him around. Now McGirt up against the ropes. Rodriguez throwing a lot of punches, but McGirt's blocking a number of them as well. He didn't catch that uppercut, though, with a block. It got through. Well, you said that brawling is not McGirt's fight, but that's exactly what he's doing in this first round.
And they've been mixing it up a lot on the inside here.
Good body punch by Rodriguez.
And it's not that McGirt can't fight on the inside, can, but it's not the right fight against a guy like Rodriguez who loves going to the body.
Catches it right on the chin with a left hand. 10 seconds left. Rodriguez thought it was the end of the round.
Rodriguez turned southpaw.
Well, you could hear Buddy McGirt telling his son James exactly basically what you were saying in that opening round. Don't get too close.
Buddy and I conferred before the fight. Just want you to know that.
You sent him a note?
Yeah.
Good right hand, though, by McGirt. Catches Rodriguez.
Well, you see how Rodriguez commits to his punches.
He really does. He catches McGirt this time with the left hand, does Rodriguez.
Good move by McGirt there to at least get off the rope.
Yeah. And now he's backed into the corner. Rodriguez standing tall and firm with the body punches now against McGirt. Trying to get him to bring those hands down, working the uppercut to the chin.
Keep the punches up.
Rodriguez has been as aggressive to the body as anywhere. McGirt just leaning on the ropes right now.
Yeah, he's waiting. Not a good idea. Why give Edwin Rodriguez free shots?
McGirt just working his way around the ropes, really. Not getting back in, and that shot close to being low, but not called against Rodriguez.
Well, you can't see McGirt's belly button because of his trunks. So any shot that's on that McGirt Jr. sign, it's going to be tough for Mark Nelson to call.
McGirt trying to time up a combination, see if he can get anything to work. You can see a couple of times Rodriguez switching back and forth.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand that.
Fighting orthodox 1 second and then southpaw the next. Like right now. He's got McGirt in the corner. Less than a minute to go.
While Rodriguez is missing some of those shots, Kurt, he's giving the judges no choice but to give him the round by being this aggressive.
And he has been all round. McGirt really not doing anything to back him up. He can't do anything. Yeah, he catches him with the left hand, but Rodriguez just kind of smiles at him.
McGirt's best chance, that right hook. He's a natural righty, not a natural left. He doesn't have a big left hand, but his right hook can be devastating. I've seen him on showbox use that punch to score knockdowns. He's going to have to time Rodriguez, who sometimes punches long, and try to score with that right hook.
2 rounds down on our scorecards. 2 rounds for Edwin Rodriguez. Doesn't seem to be causing any problems for Edwin Rodriguez, who had never fought a lefty until his previous fight to this one, when he fought Ibrahim King. Maybe he took a lot out of that experience because he seems very comfortable tonight against McGirt.
Yeah, and Ibrahim King was a late sub, so Rodriguez for that fight didn't have any time to prepare for a southpaw. At least here, he did with Daniel Gil, the Australian. He sparred quite a bit with him and some southpaws down in Australia.
McGirt trying to fight his way off the ropes. Rodriguez won't let it. Continuing to work the body and then going with the uppercut. Rodriguez has been effective with that all night long. At this point, McGirt is kind of wrapping up, trying to wait for an opportunity.
Yeah, and you know what I've noticed? He's not doing a bad job defensively. He's not getting hit with anything too flush, but he's not working enough to win the rounds.
Maybe at this point it's a matter of survival. They're scheduled for 10 rounds, hoping to get into the later rounds and let Rodriguez wear himself out. Quite possibly.
Well, yesterday at our Friday meetings, James said big jab would be the key punch for him. It hasn't been a factor.
No, because he wanted to try and keep the distance away from Rodriguez, but he's done just the opposite here in this fight all night long. He's been in close. Too close, according to his corner. Takes a couple of shots to the body here. Tried to time that one out, but really hit Rodriguez in the back. Now, McGirt being more aggressive, catches a right hand in the process.
Some big shots by McGirt. Best flurry of the fight for him, Kurt.
Rodriguez just a little off balance there again. And I mentioned it earlier, we've seen that from him a couple of times. He throws punches so big that every now and then he loses his balance.
That's a great point. This round, Rodriguez's hands have not been fast. Very ponderous with his punches.
That straight right hand got in both times. McGirt catches him with the left.
very good second half of this round for James McGurk.
This really has. This has been his most effective so far. As Rodriguez fights his way out of the corner with 20 seconds to go in the third round. The best round of the night for James McGurk. But is it enough? Right now, he's not finishing it strongly.
Obey the bell here, guys. Time.
3 in the books.
Yeah, I thought it was his round. I thought he did enough, and Rodriguez wasn't quite busy enough. By the way, Kurt, I'm only going to answer you anymore if you call me Babalu Fargo. Is that all right?
A little Ricky Ricardo in it, maybe.
Yeah.
Both these guys, you talked about their amateur experience, came very close to making Olympic teams. McGurk back in 04, but he got married at the age of 19. His wife had a kid, and so he needed to get a job. Decided not to try out for the Olympics, and he was ranked number 6 in the country at that point. And back in 08, Edwin Rodriguez, you mentioned the 2 national championships he had won leading into the Olympic trials that year, but his then girlfriend, now wife, gave birth to twins who were born at 23 weeks. Each had some health problems, severe health problems, weren't supposed to live. And so at the age of 21, he decided to bow to the Olympic trials and try and help his family. Both kids survived. Both are now just over 4 years old, and he says doing well considering. And now he is turned professional, but didn't get a chance to go to the Olympics because of that.
And he was part of that great middleweight class with Danny Jacobs and Fernando Guerrero and fighters Sean Estrada, so many. We've seen him on Showbox, Sean Porter.
Rodriguez just stepping toe-to-toe and measuring McGurk. Jab, 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 right to the face.
Kurt, the way McGurk is approaching these rounds, he has to have big moments because he's getting outworked and he's allowing Rodriguez to make the play. He's going to have to be very sharp with his punches and land a lot of them or hurt Rodriguez, and so far we haven't seen that.
Really, other than the second half of that third round, he hasn't even been able to back Rodriguez up. He's landed some punches, but it seems though Rodriguez has stood there and taken a lot of them. Misses wildly once again, though. Good combination.
Interesting that Rodriguez wearing Everlast gloves and McGurk wearing Grant gloves. Their choices. The Everlast glove, more of a boxer's glove. It's interesting that Rodriguez would wear it because he's more of a puncher.
Hey, over here,
Edwin
over
Rodriguez,
here. You got number 2
for a
ready?
second because McGurk lost his mouthpiece.
Oh, I want to clean. Take it in.
Come on, let's go, James. Stop taking those body shots.
Time in. Here we go.
Accidentally knocked out. Rodriguez comes right back and works the body again.
Keep the mouthpiece in, guys.
Kurt, I talked at the top about McGurk needing to keep his cool, not let the emotion of the moment get to him. I think he's done that, at least judging by his demeanor, but he's still not always fighting the right fight.
Well, he's fighting a totally different fight than at least he shared with us that he wanted to fight, and as you've heard his corner say, it's a different fight than they wanted him to fight.
Yeah, I don't see much lateral movement.
Obey the bell.
A good flurry of action here to stop round 4 by Rodriguez in the United States. Who'll be fighting that one?
Howard Davis Jr. Everything's incestuous with this show.
It all comes back.
Ooh, nice right hand by McGurk.
Well, you heard Buddy telling James Jr. that he's taking too many punches, losing this fight. And so James Jr. comes out a little bit more aggressive here to start round 5.
And I've never seen Edwin Rodriguez fight southpaw this much.
Yeah, he continues to switch back and fighting southpaw right now. Catches McGurk with the right hand. You know, we keep calling him James McGurk Jr. because that's the name he goes by, James McGurk Jr., but he's really not a junior. His son is James McGurk Jr. because they're both James Anthony. Buddy McGurk is James Walter McGurk.
And Kurt, given the success Edwin Rodriguez is having as a right-hander, I don't get it. I mean, I'd like to ask him right now, and I don't think I can walk in the ring and do that at this moment, but I'd like to find out why he's turning southpaw so much.
Here he goes again, or it looked like he was going to. Good shot by McGurk, catching Edwin as he stepped in. shots have been too few and far between as Rodriguez connects with a left, then a right. And now getting in between the defenses of McGirt.
And you can see from this camera how often they're stepping on each other's feet. It's happening quite a bit.
That happens a lot with a righty and a lefty. Oh, big punches by McGirt. His 2 best shots of the night.
Rodriguez answered right back, but McGirt starting to show some of those defensive deficiencies in Edwin Rodriguez.
Shot to the ribs. He's catching a lot of punches in the process, but he's not connecting. And McGirt's defense, which has been so good in the early rounds, doesn't seem to be there right now. Rodriguez has got him flush a number of times here in this 5th round.
Kurt, I don't like the way Edwin Rodriguez looks right now. His punches are slow, they're very long. He can't seem to decide whether he wants to be righty or lefty.
McGirt unable to take advantage, though, of the confusion.
Yeah, when he's punching, he's landing. He's just not punching enough.
Five rounds down, 5 more to go in this scheduled 10-rounder.
Whenever you can, get the water here. Thanks.
We talked about the experience as far as having 4 more years as a pro for James McGirt Jr. in this matchup. There's also been a matter of when you take a look at the two. I mean, McGirt is a guy who's fought a number of rounds, and his fights tend to extend a lot more than Rodriguez. And so as this fight gets later and later and later with McGirt maybe showing a little bit more, maybe able to take advantage of Rodriguez not being deep in fights a lot.
Exactly right, and that's why this is exactly the type of fight Edwin Rodriguez needs. McGirt told us something interesting yesterday, Kurt. He said this is his last fight at 168. Yeah. Remember, he was a middleweight once. He says he's going to 75. He can't make it. He comes down from 190, sometimes 200 pounds. He's going to be a light heavyweight after this fight.
27 years old. It gets harder and harder the older you get.
And again, Rodriguez decides to go lefty.
You know, it's interesting. We haven't heard, at least, his corner say anything to him about that, about really switching up. McGirt lands a couple to back Rodriguez up, but not far enough as he's back in that corner. Talk about the experience of McGirt. You count tonight as his 26th fight. 23 of his opponents have had winning records, not really stacked up like a lot of guys at the beginning of their career. Trying to see if that experience can make a difference against a guy who, at least on paper, is a better fighter than he is.
Well, win, lose, or draw, this is exactly the kind of experience Edwin Rodriguez needs at this point in his career. This was a step up. He's having to work. Trying to see what McGirt's trying to do to counter Rodriguez switching to southpaw.
Both guys just kind of eyeing one another right now. The crowd wanting just a little bit more action from these two.
The lack of action has never been a problem before in Edwin Rodriguez fights.
And it wasn't a problem in this fight. The way these two fighters came out brawling in that opening round, I thought, okay, here we go. But it has slowed down considerably since then.
When Rodriguez is lefty, McGirt fights him the same way as when Rodriguez is righty. Just holds his gloves up and waits.
You're right, doesn't switch at all. And maybe missing a couple of opportunities to take advantage of maybe a confused Rodriguez. Here we go, the 7th round, the schedule 10. One of the bright young stars at 168, Edwin Rodriguez, putting his undefeated record on the line tonight. 16-0 he comes into this one with 12 knockouts, including 7 of his last 8 fights. He's finding James McGirt Jr. a little bit difficult to knock out, although he has controlled most of the fight.
By keeping his gloves high and not leading much, McGirt has done a decent job of limiting Rodriguez's offense. The problem is, how do you win a fight doing that?
Right. It's one of those things where Rodriguez, one would assume, is so far ahead on the scorecards right now, and maybe getting even further ahead as he's got McGirt in trouble in the corner, jab, jab, and McGirt wrapping up right now.
Rodriguez smart, keeping his left foot in front of his right so he gets leverage on that right hand, where McGirt is square.
And McGirt just trying to wrap up. You can see Rodriguez getting through the defense of McGirt. Uppercut there, body shot, then uppercut. Working in combination.
And not for nothing, Kurt, but Rodriguez's good work here, all done in a right-handed stance.
McGirt trying to fight back, but he can't get off the ropes. Measured approach by Rodriguez now. You can hear the power of the punches that Rodriguez is throwing. McGirt using that rope as a safety net.
It's target practice, Kurt.
It really is.
McGirt's thrown 2 punches in the last 35 seconds.
And he's taken many, many more and continues right now. Rodriguez won't let McGirt off the ropes. And it's like when Rodriguez decides to throw a punch, he gets to do it. It's just a matter of him taking a break. That's been the only defense that McGirt has had in this round.
Rodriguez kept a nice pace. That was an amateurish left hand there, but he's kept a nice pace this round, and he's carrying his power with him into the later rounds.
And a little tongue poke. Yeah. Now making fun of McGirt, and I don't know if he's in position to be doing that right now.
No. That's not a good idea if you are in a position to do it. You see there, McGirt firing away, but very little on those punches. It's the best round in the fight for Rodriguez.
It seems as though Rodriguez has done whatever he has wanted to do, with the exception of that third round when McGirt showed a little bit of life. Otherwise, it's been McGirt on defense taking punches. You can hear his father, Buddy McGirt, saying, hey, I'm not going to let you take too many of those. The blood was trickling from his nose there between rounds.
Yeah, it's got to be hard for Buddy, but among other reasons, besides being his father, he was such a great defensive fighter, Buddy McGirt.
Well, that's where the intrigue comes in the corner. You have a father training his son, because it becomes more than just want to protect your father. Obviously, you got paternal instincts there, makes you want to protect him maybe even a little bit more. Right now, he's doing nothing but taking punches from Rodriguez. To the body, then to the head.
Mark Nelson looking very close now, Kurt.
McGirt really just can't defend himself anywhere. He drops his hand down to the body, takes a shot to the head. He protects his head, he takes shots to the body. Right now, this is Rodriguez's fight to finish. He's trying to do just that. Good uppercut. Connects with the left hand.
It's like a switch went off on Rodriguez last round. He's really just fighting a much better offensive fight.
And he stopped that switching back and forth from southpaw to orthodox. Maybe that's the difference. Maybe someone in his corner did say enough of that.
Yeah, and he's found the uppercut, too, a punch he didn't land or fire in the first 5 or 6 rounds.
Good left hand. There's the uppercut from the right side. As soon as we said that he doesn't switch, he switches back to southpaw again.
Well, if McGirt's just going to keep his hands up and back to the ropes, it won't matter if Rodriguez fights righty, lefty, or in between. He's going to dominate.
Blood beginning to come out of McGirt's nose once again.
Buddy McGirt just shrugged over here. I just wonder how close he might be to rescuing his son at this point.
He has taken a lot of punches in this fight.
And he's doing it gallantly and with courage, but it's not about that. It's about winning.
Or at least fighting back.
Edwin Rodriguez blowing out his nose there. That forms pockets of air under your eyes, and he's got high cheekbones to begin with. It's a habit. Peter Manfredo better get him to stop.
Good left hand connection by McGirt, but he takes one in the process. Final seconds. Other than that one punch, another round all Rodriguez. So his corner is saying you've got one more round. You heard the referee Mark Nelson saying, I'm going to give you one more round to try. And so we go to this 9th round knowing that McGirt has to show something in order to extend this fight. And Edwin Rodriguez tonight showing why he is one of the top prospects at 168 pounds.
James McGirt's been long before. He's never stopped anybody this late in the fight.
Rodriguez calling McGirt his toughest opponent to date. And on my scorecard, he's won all but one round. And so he looks like he is indeed ready to make that next step.
Rodriguez has to be careful not to get sloppy here when he punches, dropping his hand, stepping straight back. It's about the only thing that could cost him now.
And one thing about Rodriguez is not only is he one of the best prospects, but he takes this sport seriously. And people say, well, he should. He's a professional boxer. But you'd be surprised. A lot of guys, professional athletes, period, just are good at what they do. They don't take it seriously in the gym. They don't work as hard. This kid works extremely hard. Hired a nutritionist, went to Australia to train for this fight. I mean, he is serious about being one of the best in the world.
Yeah, and he's in great shape tonight. He really is, because in the second half of the fight, he escalated his attack big time, and it's paying dividends. He's on his way to a stoppage win here.
Yeah, he's got McGirt in the corner again. And McGirt just wrapping up. There were a couple of punches in the process, but not much on him.
Rodriguez a little sloppy there, letting his hands drop.
And the experienced McGirt watching for that and trying to take advantage whenever he does lower those hands, but the fight is stopped. Mark Nelson steps in and stops the bout.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 1 minute 57 seconds of round number 9. Our referee in charge, Mark Nelson, steps in and calls a halt to the bout. Your winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated and new WBC, USNBC Super Middleweight Champion, Edwin La Bomba Rodriguez.